I don't need any.
Rainer said you were a pilgrim.
None of your business. You're from me. And I want him to tell me where she is.
And Sif. Welcome to...
Hello real gamers. Are you ready for hunting 10 realistic games released in 2022 as a real gamer? Now you can play these games and get new experience. In these games you can play many roles, higher graphics environments, and you can slash more enemies using different weapon types. Let's go to the today video. Number 1. Callisto Protocol. Callisto Protocol is a 2022 survival horror action video game developed by Striking Distance Studios and published by Krafton. Directed by Glenn Schofield, Dead Space series. The game tells the story of Jacob Lee, Josh Duhamel, sent to a prison facility on Jupiter's moon Callisto, where he uncovers the facility's dark secrets while battling inmates infected with an unknown disease. In the gameplay, the player explores a set of levels, gathers resources, and battles infected prisoners. In the Callisto Protocol, players assume the role of Jacob Lee from a third-person perspective. Jacob's health is indicated by an implant in his neck known as the CORE device. His health can be replenished with injectable packs found in all levels. Jacob can use weapons to fight enemies, using his melee system to dodge enemy attacks while looking for openings to attack and kill them. Both fighting styles can be mixed, providing more variety when facing enemy types. Jacob can collect and review audio logs during gameplay. Development of this game began in June 2019 when he founded Striking Distance Studios. Initially he was developed as a game set in the PUBG Battlegrounds universe, but later developed into his own intellectual property. This game was released on December 2, 2022 for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows, Xbox One and Xbox Series XS.
This whole prison's infected.
Can't keep running from what you've done.
Now let's go finish this.
This is the Dead Island 2 gameplay trailer. Publisher Deep Silver and developer Dambuster Studios have delayed Dead Island 2 from its previously planned February 3, 2023 release. Date April 28. It will be available for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC via Epic Games Store. This game include amazing skills and brutal kill skills. Dead Island 2 has been a long time coming, having essentially disappeared and then re-revealed years after the initial announcement. It's just a fair bit since the first trailer was shown off, but appears to still offer the same sun-scorched zombie killing action that fans have been eagerly waiting for. Dead Island 2 is shaping up to be a fun time indeed. There's a ton of weapons to play around with, ranging from giant sledgehammers to pistols and shotguns. Given that your character is infected, they also have access to a zombie-like frenzy ability that can be used to cut through hordes like their butter. It's not all zombie bashing, however, as the world of Hell A is inhabited by all sorts of secret areas to explore. There's even other survivors to meet, though from we've seen, none of them are exactly the sanest individuals. In a recent showcase, a few minutes of new gameplay footage was shown off. Melee combat was highlighted, featuring hammers, blades, and D-modded gear. There are guns in the game too, and so far we've seen pistols, shotguns and assault rifles, SMGs. Enjoy the gameplay trailer. Love you guys.
Those who are weak just give up.
Keep them busy.
They stop caring about anything. Give up on life, but you still care.
Drop him!
One move and he dies!
Drop him! You're no leader, Carl.
On behalf of all its whores, bandits, and idiots, I christen you a citizen of Vinidor.
And in the name of law, you're sentenced to death for treason.
I know what loss is like.
Talking about someone in particular?
She trusted you, and you failed her. I'll be okay.
You pay for that.
3 against 1? I like those odds.
Count again.
Sometimes You have to become a monster to stay human.
You're torturing us! You're hurting me!
Nothing could ever tear us apart anyway.
Fuck the plan. We don't know what's up there. You understand nothing.
A little boy wants to pretend he's a grown-up. A precious little boy.
Number 3, Elden Ring. Elden Ring is a 2022 action RPG developed by From Software and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. World building by fantasy writer George R.R. Martin and directed by Hidetaka Miyazaki. In the game, the player controls a customizable player his character on a journey to repair the eponymous Elden his ring and become the new Elden, his lord. Elden Ring is presented from a third-person perspective and allows players to freely roam an interactive open world with locations such as dungeons, catacombs, and caves. Gameplay elements include fighting, writing, and crafting with different types of weapons and spells. From Software wanted to create an open-world game with gameplay similar to Dark Souls, and Elden Ring was intended to serve as an evolution of the first game in the series. Miyazaki praised Martin's work and hoped his contributions would create a more accessible narrative than From Software's previous games. Elden Ring is considered one of the best games of 2022. It received critical acclaim for its open-world game system and setting, but was criticized for its technical performance upon release. The game has won multiple awards, including multiple Game of the Year awards, and has sold over 17.5 million copies as of October 2022. The game released on February 25th for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows, Xbox One, and Xbox Series XS.
They will fight, and they will die in an unending curse. For how else is a champion or a lord to be born?
Well, a lowly tarnished, playing as a lord. I command thee now!
Brandish the Elden Ring. For all of us.
Number 4, Sniper Elite 5. Sniper Elite 5 is a 2022 tactical third-person shooter stealth video game, developed and published by Rebellion Developments. It is the sequel to Sniper Elite 4. Like its predecessor, Sniper Elite 5 is a third-person shooter. Similar to Sniper Elite 4, the game has several large levels that players can infiltrate and extract in various ways. When a player kills an enemy from a distance with a sniper rifle, his extra kill activates his cam system, causing the game's camera to track the bullet from the sniper rifle to the target. The body parts destroyed by the bullet, bones, or show internal organs, bullet or torn. Weapons in the game are extensively customizable. The single-player campaign can be played cooperatively with other players. The game introduces invasion mode, allowing a third player to join a game session and play as an enemy sniper. Also equipped with a survival mode that can be played by up to 4 people. The game was released on May 26, 2022 for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One and Xbox Series XS. Number 5, The Quarry. The Quarry is a 2022 interactive drama horror video game developed by Supermassive Games and published by 2K. Players take control of 9 teenage mentors who must survive their final night at Hackett's Quarry summer camp amid supernatural beings and violent locals. The player makes many choices throughout the game that can significantly Affect character development, relationships, plot, and ending. 9 playable characters can either survive or die, depending on the player's decision. Played from a third-person perspective, the player assumes control of 9 different teenagers who must survive Hackett's quarry for one night. Players must often make different decisions, which can change character development, plot, and relationships between different characters. The 9 playable characters can die in multiple ways by the end of the game. Although the game lasts about 10 hours, the premature death of some characters can shorten the time. The game is divided into 10 chapters with a beginning and an end. Between each chapter, as is tradition with supermassive games horror games, a narrator pauses from time to time, this time the Fortunatiller, Eliza, Grace Zabriskie, speaking directly to the player and guiding the choices. Choose their future by reading tarot cards. Players have collected throughout the game Friday the 13th and The Thing. The game features a large cast that includes Brenda Song, David Arquette, Halston Sage, Ted Raimi, Ariel Winter, Ethan Suplee, Lance Henriksen, Lynn Shea Justice Smith and Grace Zabriskie. The game received mostly positive reviews from critics, who praised the plot, characters, performances, graphics, and homage to the classic films. Classic horror, although criticism has been directed at its abrupt ending. The Quarry will launch on June 10, 2022 for Windows, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series XS.
Anyway, maybe just ease up on the ghost stories.
Sorry.
Just stick to Kumbaya next time, okay?
What's that?
You guys don't do Kumbaya anymore?
Number 6. Evil Dead. Evil Dead. The game is a 2022 survival horror game based on the Evil Dead franchise. Developed and published by Saber Interactive. It features cooperative gameplay and player versus player (PvP) combat. The game features Bruce Campbell as Ash Williams, Dana DeLorenzo as Cully Maxwell, Ray Santiago as Pablo Simon Bolivar in the TV series Ash vs. Evil Corpse, Jane Levy, and Shiloh Fernandez. Evil Dead 2013. As Mia and David Allen, the game is an asymmetrical multiplayer game. The game features both cooperative gameplay and player versus player (PvP) combat, but an internet connection is required for single-player mode. The game features a leveling system and skill tree mechanics. Also included are several maps, including the Forest Cabin from the Evil Dead movie series, and over 25 weapons, including Ash's chainsaw and broomstick. The game at launch will include 4 playable survival classes: Leader, Warrior, Hunter, Support, and 3 playable demons: Warlord, Puppeteer, Necromancer. Evil Dead. The game released on May 13, 2022 for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows, Xbox One, and Xbox Series XS. It will be released for Nintendo Switch at a later date. Number 7. God of War. God of War is an action-adventure game developed by Santa Monica Studio and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. Released for PlayStation 4 in April 2018 and ported to Windows in January 2022. The game is the 8th installment in the God of War series, the 8th in chronological order, and the sequel to 2010's God of War 3. Loosely based on Greek mythology, this installment is loosely inspired by Norse mythology, with most of it set in ancient Scandinavia and the realm of Midgard. It features 2 main characters: Kratos, the Greek god of war, and his young son Atreus. After the death of Kratos' second wife Faye, and the death of Atreus' mother Faye, the two set out on a journey to fulfill her wish to have her ashes scattered on the highest peak of the 9 realms. Kratos keeps his troubled past a secret from Atreus, who is unaware of his divinity. On their journey they clash with the monsters and gods of the Norse world. God of War received worldwide acclaim for its story, world design, artistic direction, music, graphics, combat system, characters, especially the dynamics between Kratos and Atreus. Many reviewers felt that the series was successfully revived without losing the core identity of its predecessor. He of the best video games of all time has been named as one of the best in video games and has been featured in numerous media outlets and at award ceremonies. Voted Game of the Year. The game has also done well commercially, selling over 5 million copies within the first month of its release and 23 million by November 2022, making it the best-selling PlayStation 4 game and the best-selling game in the series. It became the sold game. The novel was published in August 2018, followed by He in November 2018, a completed prequel comic series in June 2021, and a Live-action TV series is currently in development on Amazon Prime Video. The sequel, God of War Ragnarok, was released for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 in November 2022.
We need your help!
This is no ordinary illness. The boy's true nature, your true nature, fights within him.
So I'm a man now. Like you?
No. We are not men. We are more than that. The responsibility is far greater.
Can you kill something that big?
Number 8. Stray. Stray is a 2022 adventure game developed by Blutwell Studio and published by Annapurna Interactive. The story follows a stray cat who has fallen into a walled city inhabited by robots, machines and mutated bacteria, and sets off to return to the surface with the help of his drone companion, his B-12. The game is presented from a third-person perspective. The player can traverse the game world by jumping over platforms and climbing obstacles, and can interact with the environment to open new paths. With B-12, you can store items found around the world and hack technology to solve puzzles. Stray was announced in 2020 and was highly anticipated. After some delays, it was released for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Windows on July 19, 2022. It received generally positive reviews, with praise for its artistic design, gameplay, story, original score, and platforming elements, although critics were divided when it came to the combat and stealth sequences. The game won awards at the Game Awards and Golden Joystick Awards. Number 9. Outriders World Slayer. Outriders is an RPG shooter with aggressive gunplay and intense action. As such, blood and gore are common and core to the experience. Outriders' unique abilities are as brutal as shooting, stopping enemies, and bloody, savage ways. The world of Enoch is dark and hopeless, as are the characters that inhabit it. The game has strong language, adult themes, and scenes that some find offensive. Evolve your builds through the new pack's hybrid branch class tree with new horrors to challenge and new weapons, mods and gear to discover. Survive the campaign and you'll encounter even greater horrors in the all-new endgame, Trials of Terry Grata. In partnership with Ascension Points, we offer a new long-term progression system for dedicated players. Finally, fight your way to Apocalypse's new difficulty level. Each step up to level 40 increases your chances of winning incredible Apocalypse gear and his game-changing third mod slot.
Humanity is already dead.
Number 10. Terminator Resistance Annihilation Line. Terminator Resistance is a 2019 first-person shooter video game developed by Tane and published by Reef Entertainment for PlayStation 4, Xbox One and Microsoft Windows. It is based on the Terminator franchise set during the original futuristic war depicted in the Terminator and Terminator 2 Judgment Day movies. The game was released in Europe on November 15, 2019. In the US, the Windows version was released via Steam one day before while the other version was released on January 7, 2020. On April 30, 2021, an improved version of the game was released for PlayStation 5. Annihilation Line starts in the middle of the main campaign. The Resistance has just defeated its first invaders, but Jacob Rivers has no time to rest. Orders come from John Connor himself to help investigate Northridge Outpost, a civilian settlement that has mysteriously gone silent. Why didn't anyone in Northridge try the radio? Is this Skynet's fault? And are civilians still alive? To find answers, Rivers and a small team of resistance soldiers, led by Connor's right-hand man Kyle Reese, must venture into the most dangerous realms imaginable, the land beyond the annihilation line. ...
People's lives depend on you. So can you manage that?
Don't forget to subscribe on Real Gamer Gaming channel for more gaming news and new game trailers. If you like my videos, give comments. Thank you for being with us.